Good morning everyone, and welcome to the 2024 version of Run Prix, proudly sponsored by Melbourne BMW. I've been very fortunate to be able to drive around a lovely BMW i4 for the last fortnight around the streets of Melbourne, and what a dream car, beautiful car to drive. And we're currently sitting in the back of the lead vehicle, which is another beautiful BMW. Which has been very generously given by BMW for the use of the race today. What a beautiful morning we have here in Melbourne. World record conditions for the Elite 10K Run Prix event, which is due to start in 12 minutes time. We are here on the Australian Grand Prix circuit around the Lakeside Park or Lakeside precinct of Melbourne. And we barely have a breath of wind at the moment, 10 to 15 k's an hour of a north-westerly, which you can barely feel. They go around a 5k circuit or just over 5k circuit, and we're here sitting at the start area at the moment, about 80 metres in front of the start line, and that's about 100 metres, 150 metres further down the track from the finishing line. So it's just over a 5k lap. So that, therefore they'll be doing just under 2 laps to complete the 10k circuit. We've got a crackerjack field here today, lining up in both the men's and the women's fields. In the men, the pre-race favourites at the moment are Seth O'Donnell from Melbourne, who's the 2022 and 2024 Australian cross-country champion. He only won that 2024 title down in Launceston 2 weeks ago on a very cold, wet track around just outside of Launceston at Symonds Plains, which was on by another car racing track down there in Tasmania. He came second in the 2023 Run Prix in his current 10k PB of 28:39, a very swift 28:39. He only a couple of weeks ago he won the XCR Burnley half marathon in a blistering 62:05. Which is the fastest half marathon by an Australian male this year, and he did that solo and won by about a k. He was fourth in last week's City to Bay 12k in Adelaide, where he went out at a crackerjack pace and set the field up to help Jack Rayner eventually break the record. And it's a long-standing race, that one, down in Adelaide, one of Australia's great road running events, and so Seth is in very good form at the moment. One of the other favourites has actually beaten Seth this year. He has the fastest 10k time in the field, and that is Edward Marks, also from Melbourne. Ed has a 10k PB of 28:13, which he did in last year in 2023. He came second at the National Cross Country Championships, only a whisker behind Seth. In fact, he was leading Seth with only 50 metres to go, and then Seth out-kicked him. It was a wonderful race there down in Tasmania, and they were actually locked together with 200 metres to go. Ed kicked first, established about a 5 metre lead, and then Seth clawed his way back, sat on Ed for 50 metres, and then pulled away only in the final few yards. He was the first Aussie finisher in the World Cross Country this year, where he came an unbelievable 24th. And at the TAN Relays last week, at the XCR Athletes Victoria TAN Relays, where everybody does a lap around of the TAN for their club, for the Great Glen Huntly Athletics Club, he ran the fastest relay leg of the day around the TAN in around 10:34. One of the other favourites today in the men's field is Haftu Strinsos, also from Melbourne. Haftu had a stint over at Villanova University, and he's been back in Australia for almost a year. He has a 10k PB of 28:33. He was the first Aussie finisher at the World Cross Country this year. He just beat Ed Marks. He came 23rd, which was an unbelievable run there. He came third in last week's City to Bay 12k, which I referred to before, in a mega quick time, under 34 minutes. And I was speaking to his coach Craig Mottram only a few days ago, and Craig was saying that he'll be making his half marathon debut sometime in the next month or two, and they haven't picked whether it will be Melbourne or maybe an international half marathon. And then will be hoping to make his marathon debut, which is very exciting for Australian running. He'll be hoping to make his his marathon debut in Japan in early 2025. The top women in the field today, it's an unbelievable women's field. We have Izzi Batt-Doyle and Genevieve Gregson, both fresh back from the Paris Olympics. Izzi Batt-Doyle competed in the 5,000 metres for Australia, where she was only just narrowly missed out on making the final by 0.2 of a second and one place. She's run a PB this year of 14:49, one of the fastest Australian 5Ks in history. She's run a 10K on a downhill course in Madrid in 30:23. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen, 30:23. She's run 10,000 metres on the track in 31:40. Last week in that City to Bay in Adelaide, on her home turf, because Izzi's an Adelaide girl, she ran a new record there over the 12K, and she passed the 10K mark in 31 dead. Only a little bit of a net downhill drop in Adelaide, about 40 metres over the 12K, so almost a legal course, and she ran 31 dead there last week. So it'll be very interesting to see today whether Izzi can threaten the national 10K road record currently held by the great Benita Johnson. Benita ran 31:17, which is the current Australian record back in 2006 in Manchester. So we'll keep an eye on Izzi Batt-Doyle, but Izzi won't have it all her own way today. The great Genevieve Gregson from Queensland, she will be competing today. She's a 2016 and 2020 or 2021 Olympian. She competed in the steeplechase and 5,000 metres in 2016, and she competed in the marathon in 2024. The marathon in 2024. Yep. So she's a three-time Olympian. She's very versatile with awesome PBs from 1,500 metres, the 3,000 metre steeplechase, where she still has the Australian record of 9:14. The 3,000 metres on the flat with a PB of 8:45, 15:20 for 5,000 metres, and she's run 10K on the road in 32:03 in 2024. So she's currently in the form of her life, having a great year. She ran an amazing Olympic marathon. She's run a 2:23 to qualify for that brutally tough course in Paris, one of the fastest Australian marathoners of all time. So she's right up there in the all-time list for Australian runners, right across the board from 3,000 metres all the way through to the marathon. So talk about a versatile athlete. We have the local homegrown hero, Lissy Duncan, who's been in sterling form in 2024, been running road races and trail races, and you name a race and Lissy's been there this year. She's been dominating the Victorian local XCR season, where she's won 3 events, including winning at the Burnley Half Marathon in 73 minutes. She's run a 32:41 10K. She ran the fastest leg at the 10 relays last week. Other people to watch out for today in the men, we have Dale Carroll, who came third last year in the 2023 Run Prix in a big PB of 28:52. We'll be watching out for Dale today. Riley Cox from South Australia. We're wondering whether Riley will actually be pacing his partner Izzi, or having a crack. We'll find out very shortly. Logan Janetsky, 29:12 runner. Ben Chamberlain, formerly from WA, now a Melbourne boy, 29:13 runner. Harry Norman, the guy with probably the fastest kick in the field, the current Victorian 5,000 metre track champion, which he won with an amazing kick, the Yarra Valley athlete at 29:25 PB, and I think he might make a few changes to that PB today. Kieran Perkins from Queensland, a 29:29 runner. Joel Tobin White, who's run a 62:03 half marathon and a 28:47 for 10K, starting to find some form again. Johannes Asmare from Ethiopia, currently residing in Melbourne, only a junior, 29:33 runner, came 4th in national cross country in the junior race. He has run a 3:55 mile indoors and a 3:38 outdoors for 1,500 metres, which he ran in Nairobi. He ran the 3:55 for the mile indoors at the acclaimed Boston indoor track, Boston Uni indoor track. So he can shift, he can move. So if Johannes Asmari is anywhere near the leaders in the finish, they better watch out for him, because he has 3:55 mile speed. There's Bailey Mazeki Hintz, a 29:43 runner. Matthew Buckle, a fine young runner, 29:46. Reese Edwards, who ran 3 events here last year, 29.49, 10k runner, 63 half runner, 2:13 marathoner, won the Melbourne Marathon last year. There's Abdi Roble from Somalia, a 29.51 and a 64 half runner. Conor Latouf from Queensland, 29.57. Will Lewis, a great miler, a sub 340 runner to 1500 metres, a local boy. Run a 30.11 for 10k. Let's just see if he can change that PB today. Zaid Al Said from Lebanon, the Lebanese 10k record holder with a 30.12. Other good women to watch out for are Sarah Klein, who's run for Australia 3 times in the marathon at the World Champs, and a 32.49 10k runner, so we'll have to keep an eye out for Sarah today. Caitlin McQuilkin-Bell, a 34.12 runner. A.B. Robinson, a 34.58 runner, and Izzi Hume, a 34.13 runner. We don't have too long before they take off now, ladies and gentlemen. They're on the starting line. We can see the elite runners there spread out across the track. There's a lot of excitement in the air. The crowd are lining the streets now. Not long before they go, there's the warning whistle. They're about to take off in the 2024 Grand Prix, and they've taken off now. The leaders are finding their way at the moment. We can see Seth O'Donnell on the far left wearing the Hawthorn colours, and Haftu just to his left shoulder at the moment as they're rounding the first beautifully sweeping left-hand turn, and Seth O'Donnell is going about his business straight away. They're only 200 metres into this race, and he has already established about a 10-metre lead, and the rest of the field are very tightly bunched at the moment. So that 10-metre lead has grown at the 300-metre mark to a 30-metre lead. Seth is definitely not mucking around today, and it appears that he is taking a very similar approach to what he took in Adelaide last week, where he definitely took off like a rocket and said to the boys, "Catch me if you can." So he's very, very pumped up in the Hawthorn colours at the moment, O'Donnell, and flying along. There's barely a breath of wind here at the moment, and it will be very interesting to see how this race unfolds. No need for a rabbit when you've got Seth O'Donnell in the field in 2024, ladies and gentlemen. He did it at Burnley in the half marathon a couple of weeks ago. He took off and said, "Catch me if you can." He won by over a K that day. He did it down in Adelaide at the City to Bay, said, "Catch me if you can." There were some very established runners there in Adelaide last week, including the national 10k record holder Jack Rayner. 3 of the boys reeled him in down in Adelaide, but at the moment, I'll tell you what, Seth is looking very relaxed, very strong. At the moment, in the chasing pack, we have Haftu, Strinsos, followed by Edward Marks and Ben Chamberlain there, and they are single file already. So that chasing pack are right down to single file, which is a great indication that the pace is really on. We're taking the sweeping left-hand turn there at the moment, and O'Donnell has opened up that lead to about 40 metres, or about 5 or 6 seconds at the moment, and is sweeping along on the eastern side of the lake, the beautiful Albert Park Lake there. So they are really moving. There's no doubt about that at all. As they're moving along now, O'Donnell is opening up his lead even further, probably about 60 metres now. So there's no grade on this track at all. It's dead flat, pancake flat, and definitely open for some really quick times. We will let you know how the top females are travelling at the 2k mark. We'll pull over at the 2k mark and give you an idea, but at the moment we have O'Donnell well clear of the field. We've got good vision there. We have the lead bike with O'Donnell, and the chasing pack have regathered at the moment to a pack of about 10 at the moment. So we do have Ed Marks and Haftu Strinsos back there, Dale Carroll and Logan Janetsky, Ben Chamberlain, Harry Norman's in there as well. They are a fair way back though. O'Donnell continues to open that gap, and we've already gone through the 1k mark. We'll give you a better idea of their time or their pacing when we get to the 2k mark. Do you have the actual clock on this? No. Okay. All right. Did you get a clock on it? Did you? Okay. No stopwatch.
Oh, just before Nardi.
No. Okay. All right. Probably. So they started dead on 7, did they?
Oh, just before, just 9 o'clock.
Okay. How many seconds? Okay.
Still like.
Yeah. Very good. So we have O'Donnell there now, opening up to about a 100 metre lead. It would be a good 100 metre lead there. And we're not too far off the 2k mark already. We're trying to get an indication of the time. Maybe if we could play it back on, if someone could give us the time from back at the start. So that's moving forward beautifully there at the moment, and I'd say the lead now has been built up to about 100 metres there, and it's a clear road in front of O'Donnell right now. The chasing pack are definitely working together, there's no doubt about that, and at the moment it's a crosswind. They will be running into a slight headwind as they turn left and head east on the city side of Albert Park Lake. But O'Donnell is showing no signs of fatigue yet. He's running nice and smooth, got a good rhythm going there, and that mullet is flowing in the breeze nicely there, and definitely you can tell that it's quite still because the hair is just going down nicely. So we're there at the 2k mark, and is on very, very good pace there at the moment, going through in about 5:30 we think at the moment. The chasing pack are a good 80 to 90 metres behind, and there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them there at the moment. And I'll tell you what, the boys are looking very strong. Reese Edwards was in that chasing pack as well. Now we're watching as the second pack come through, and plenty of the runners there are on for good PBs there today, that's for sure. There's about another 15 in that pack. Here comes our leading female, Izzi Batt-Doyle, and she's being tailed by Jen Gregson at the moment. They've gone through in around 6:20, and they're looking very strong indeed. So they're on target. They are on Australian record pace at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these girls, Izzi Batt-Doyle and Jen, is doggedly hanging in there at the moment. Riley Cox is there leading that group, doing a great job, and there are another half a dozen male runners there surrounding the two girls. It's almost a Kipchoge V formation, assisting both of these girls at the moment. So Izzi Batt-Doyle's looking really relaxed, and at the moment Jen is at the back of that pack there. You might just see Jen through there at the back of that pack, and she's looking quite good as well. And to be able to hold on to that pace at the moment, these girls are really going for it. They are laying it on the line, and we could see a national record today if they can keep this up. We're early stages at the moment. We will be moving forward shortly to get a 5k split, and we'll give you a better idea how they're progressing there. But you can see Jen probably just off the back of that group now. Just in that last 100 metres, she's dropped about 5 metres. Can she get back on again? Hopefully she can. She's working hard, trying to keep relaxed. It's still early in a 10k, so runners have to make that decision. Do I red line it early and really take a risk and hope I can hang in there, or do I just have to settle back at my own pace? I think that'll be going in through Jen's mind at the moment. Decisions have to be made there, but Izzy's definitely, she's looking like she's on fire, and they are flowing along in that big group there. Jen's probably now about 8 metres off the back of that pack, so she's still, the elastic band hasn't broken. She did turn around briefly there. It's a great pack if she can latch back onto, because there are literally 6 men and Izzy there to latch onto if Jen can get back on there again. There's about 10 metres there now between Jen and that leading pack. So a great race is unfolding there in the female edition of this Run Prix right at the moment. Now they're starting to hook towards the east. They're making that sweeping left-hand turn around the lake, and they'll probably feel a slight headwind now. but barely enough to slow them down at all, probably just enough to keep them cool. It's a beautiful morning, 10, 11 degrees, so a little bit of a cooling breeze will help them if anything. So we're just panning along there now past a few of the male runners who are between the leading female runners and heading back towards the men as we're making our way back up through the field. But very, very exciting times here. Genevieve would probably be now about 30 metres behind the pack of men where Izzi Batt-Doyle's running with, 30 to 40 metres, so we'll see how she goes. Here's the second chase pack, lots of great runners there at the moment, really going for it, and I reckon they're probably on target for about a 30-30, that group there. So lots of good runners there, really giving the crack today. If any of them can catch the lead pack, they'll be going well though, because there's quite a gap between that second chase pack and the lead pack. So we're panning up towards the lead pack there now. We just see one of the runners there, Batt-Doyle there, having a good crack, and Bailey Mazuki hints. There's Reese Edwards there, so they're just off the pack of that lead pack there. No surprise, because the lead or the chase pack have been really moving along at a torrid pace, trying to catch Seth O'Donnell, who's been out in front. So we're coming up towards, or about to catch the chasing pack now, as we're going past the Lakeside Stadium and heading back in the direction, heading in a southerly direction now. So we have a crosswind and heading back towards the start-finish area and the 1 lap mark. So you can see Have-To, Stinsos and Ed Marks at the front of that chase pack. Dale Cole hot in their shoulders, and they're giving chase at the moment. We also have Johannes Asmari there, that fine young miler I spoke to you about before as well, wearing the Victorian colours, the Victorian Athletics Victoria vest with the big V. So those four have broken away. Logan Janetsky's just off the back, and a few other runners, Harry Norman just behind Logan there. So that chase pack have splintered now, and they are down to 4, with Logan Janetsky trying to get back on, and he's about 10 metres off the back of that pack, followed by those other runners that we passed before. So definitely Ed Marks is the aggressor in that chasing pack, and probably sharing the work with Have-To at the moment. And now they're a fair way behind Seth as we look up the road. There's Seth, he'd be about 70 metres in front, so they might have bridged that gap a little bit there, maybe even 60 metres now. So we'll just see how the race unfolds. We're not too far from the start-finish area, so we're heading back towards that 5k mark, and O'Donnell would have, I would say, a 60 metre lead now. Still looking strong and moving really well, and I'll tell you what, he is a fantastic rabbit for the other guys if anything else. But I look, this is obviously Seth's plan today, and he will very much deserve the victory if it pays off for him here, because he's really setting up the race for everyone, including hopefully a winning margin for himself if he can hold on to it. But yep, so O'Donnell is still there, 60 metres in front. We're coming up to the start-finish area now. You can actually hear the hype. There is a lot of excitement there back in the pit lane area of the Melbourne Grand Prix car racing circuit. I'd say, probably by now, by the time we get around there, we will have the 5k, the 10k fun run and the half marathon runners preparing for their events, and there will be thousands of people there to cheer on the runners as they come through. So we're approaching the start-finish area there now. We can see the pit lane up ahead, and we look back at O'Donnell, who is approaching that now, not far from 5k, and we'll pull over and get a time for the 5k when we it's actually towards the end of the building there, so we're not too far away from that 5k mark. And it's also the 5k starting line, the 5k mark of the 10k, because there will be a 5k fun run later on. So we have, here they come, ladies and gentlemen. We have O'Donnell with about a 50 metre lead now. That lead is being eaten into. It looks like the young, the junior there, Johannes Asmari, might have pulled over to the side of the road wearing the big V. So now the chase group is down to Edward Marks and Have-To Strinsos. 13:32 at the moment. 13:33, 13:34. We're not quite at 5k yet. Coming up to 13:40 now, and the 5k mark is only about 100 metres away. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's really moving. It's just at the past the gentleman in the blue there. That sign there. So he will be. Seth will hit 5k in around the 14-minute mark. We're just at the 5k now. Maybe with. Maybe just stop here, and then we can find out what the women are doing as well. If we can pull over, that'll be great. So he's hit the 5k in about 14 minutes, which is incredible. So go Seth, there he goes. He's got about a 40-metre lead. Here come the chase pack of Haftu Strinsos and Edward Marks and Dale Carroll hanging in there doggedly as well. So they're really putting in the hard yards to try and mow down that 40-metre lead from Seth. There goes Logan Janetsky as well, who's flying along and still not out of contention. It could be the run of his life for Logan there. All these guys are going through in low 14s for 5k. So here goes Buckle and Norman there, chasing along there, and a few of the other boys coming through, running very well indeed. Bailey Mazecki Hintz is in really good form, and he's looking to update his PB by the looks of things today if he can keep up that kind of tempo. There goes Reese Edwards, going through the halfway mark, and they're looking really strong at the moment. A couple more runners coming through. We've got Abdi Robel from Somalia, and three of the local boys who are really running well there. Ben Chamberlain looking good, running very strongly there. And I'll tell you what, the leading females are about to come through. It's not too long before they hit the mark now, and they are looking very good indeed, these guys, and all looking to run down in the low 30s at the moment. Bowling along there, you can see as we approach there, here comes Riley Cox and Izzi Batt-Doyle now, and only three of the six gentlemen are hanging in there with them, and they are on Australian record pace, going through in 15:20 at the moment. So they're looking very good indeed. So there goes Izzi Batt-Doyle. Riley and Izzi have almost broken the other three guys now. They're finding it very hard to hang in there. And about 100 metres back, you can see, if you zoom right back there, you can see Genevieve Gregson in the Puma kit with the hot pink shorts and the orange crop top. I reckon it's about 100 metres. So she's on for a good time. I reckon she's gone through, she's a fair way down the road now, but gone through that 5k by the looks of things in about 16 minutes or a bit under. So she's on PB pace. So, gee, the quick times are on the cards today. We've got Riley there rolling along nicely there, and Izzi is looking really relaxed. Distance runners always look for relaxation, feeling the muscles hanging off the bones, being in control of your body, keeping the heart rate under control. She is looking very relaxed. Riley's got about a 3-metre lead on her and pulling her along. And the other three guys are just trying to hang in there on the tail of Izzi Batt-Doyle. But we could see an Australian record today if she can keep it up. So go Izzi, she's really putting it in there. We have Genevieve, who's still running really well. You can see her about to round that right-hand corner as well. She would be, I would say, about 20 seconds behind Izzi Batt-Doyle at the moment. So two of the greats of Australian distance running of all time are out here at the moment in the female race, and Izzi Batt-Doyle is really showing the field a clean pair of heels. We haven't seen the other females from third back. It's been too hard to cover right back through the field and then get back to the leading men, so we're wondering how they are going back in the field. But at the moment, Riley there, you can see Riley still leading Izzi, and is doing a remarkable job wearing the Run As One kit there. They've got their Run As One coaching and cafe business down in Adelaide and doing a wonderful job there, and really contributing to the sport, not only as brilliant athletes but also in a coaching sense and a support sense, and building a community down there in Adelaide. So well done Riley, well done Izzi. But I tell you what, this is not about their business today. This is about good, hard old-fashioned running, and we could have the fastest Australian female of all time right in our midst here, running around Lakeside on a beautiful Melbourne morning. And I like to use the term with my training group quite a lot, world record conditions, everybody. Enjoy it today. I think we do have definitely Australian record conditions in Melbourne, they've broken away now, Izzi and Riley. They've broken away from the three guys. The three guys are saying, come on, should we hang in there? We might run a really good time. We might even break 31, because that's the kind of time they're looking at. So Izzi and Riley are now starting to mow down some of the guys who've dropped back from the second chase pack, and they will have plenty of company to help them along during this second lap. They've already gone through 6k, and they are looking at really heating up the pace in the final 4k of this Run Prix 10k. It'll be very interesting now to see what's going on up in front. So we're going to just accelerate forward and just see how Seth and the other boys are going in the leading pack. So we probably won't see too much more of Izzi and Genevieve for the time being, but well done, go girls. There's some of the boys who are just dropping off a little bit from that second chase pack, and they've actually splintered now, and they're all out there finding their own rhythm and fighting hard in the final 3.5k or so in their own race. So I reckon there'll be a lot of PBs there today. A lot of them are peeping at their watches now, checking their splits and just seeing how they can handle everything. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of really good elite runners out here today, and I reckon it'll be PB Central. It is a really deep field, one of the deepest fields you'll see around Australia in 2024. Quite similar to what you might see an XCR Lakeside 10, or maybe a Burnie 10 or a Launceston 10. We definitely have a great field here in Melbourne today. Runners of left, right and centre flying along, looking really good indeed. There's Jack Lunn, 800 metre runner, and he's having to go over the longer journey today. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. Running along there with Abdi Roble at the moment, so looking very good there. We're not too far from the leaders there now. We're coming up to Reese Edwards. Great runner, great all-round runner when we're talking about all-round runners like Izzi, Batt-Doyle. Reese Edwards is up in that field there, looking very good. These guys are flying along, and they're not too far off the lead. Now we're approaching Harry Norman, really rolling along well there. Matthew Buckle as well, looking for a big PB. Be very interesting to see what time those boys are heading for, but I'd say down, if I was going to guesstimate at this point in time, low 29s they could be looking at. So we're making our way up through the field. This is where they're about to hit any kind of wind at all. The wind might have picked up slightly in the latter stages of the race. There's Dale Carroll and Logan Janetsky. So I think they're back in 4th and 5th. We're overtaking them at the moment. And there's been a change in the lead. We're coming up to the top 3. We're about to overtake Seth. He's back in 3rd now. So there's Seth O'Donnell. That's the camera pans over to Seth there. There's Seth O'Donnell looking like he might be battling a little bit now, looking at his watch. Looked at it again twice in 5 seconds. That's a sign that he might be battling a bit there. We're coming up to the leaders now. Edward Marks is pushing the pace there. We have a new leader now. Edward Marks leading Have-To Strinsos. It could be a race in 2 now. Or can Seth O'Donnell fight back? We have a race for the ages now, and those two gentlemen now have a 40 metre lead over Seth, and we have Ed, who is trying to drop Have-To at the moment. They only have about 2k remaining, and I'll tell you what, both those boys look very relaxed indeed. They are moving, and if they can shift gears, they are going to run very fast. I just saw that Ed had a bit of a peep back, whether he was looking for Have-To behind him. Yep, so we have 2k to go right here. 2k to go right here, and the boys are really on for a quick time. Ed had a look back. I reckon Seth might be about 70 metres back now, so he's dropping, really working the arms hard, really pumping. Can he get back on? I'm not sure. I don't know. But we have now Edward Marks still leading Have-To Strinsos, and Have-To is just sitting along there nicely. He has really played this race quite smart there, Have-To. I don't think he's led the race at any point yet, unless he did that while we panned back and watched the women. I think he's been going along for a fairly comfortable ride. Both these boys have a fairly good kick. They're not renowned track runners. They both run around the 13:30 mark for 5k and mid to high 3:40s for 1500. So they're fairly towy, And I actually couldn't tell you who would have the better kick out of the two, but we'll find out fairly soon. I know in the national cross country that Ed had run away from Have To when he tailed along with Seth, who'd made the early break, and then Ed tried to kick away from Seth O'Donnell with 200 to go. Opened up a good gap on Seth, but couldn't quite hold that kick. So he had a very good kick that day, but couldn't quite hold it. He might have gone a bit too early. This could come down to a race of tactics, though. Who will go first? No one's really gone for it yet. It looks like Ed is still running fairly reserved. I don't think he's putting on the afterburners 100%. He's certainly working hard. Have To is looking really relaxed there. In second, I think Coach Craig Mottram might be very happy if he could see Have To, if he's watching the live stream. Have To is just pulling up on Ed's shoulder at the moment, almost sharing the lead now. It's an intriguing race. They're both looking good though. I'll tell you what, only under a mile to go. They're both looking very good indeed. And they're looking composed. Ed's looking around, he's looking to the left, looking to the right. Seth O'Donnell would be about 90, maybe 100 metres back in third place, still running very strongly. We can't quite see back to fourth and fifth, so I think Seth might have third zone up unless those two, Dale Carroll and Logan Janetsky, really fly over the final 1.5k. I think the podium might be established, but we wonder what the order will be on the podium. Have To's made a surge now. He's actually going for it. He is running aggressively. It's the first time I've seen aggression in Have To all morning, and he's doing it with about a K to go. And he does appear to be a man on a mission. Ed is looking back. He looked back around the turn, across the field, and he's more worried about Seth, I think, at the moment. So we have To looking brilliant. He's actually looking world class at the moment. He's one of the on runners on the on Oceania team, coached by Craig Mottram, which includes the great Claudia Hollingsworth and a host of other great runners. Peyton Craig has joined that on team, so they've got 2 Olympic semi-finalists in the 800 metres, a whole bunch of other fantastic middle distance runners, and Have To here looking really good, one of their great long distance runners. He's opened up about a 25 metre lead on Ed now. Ed has not given up though, that's for sure. He's zoning in on the back of Have To. Can he fight back again? I'm not sure he can. Have To is the one with the really big arm action, the higher knee lift, and probably a quicker cadence now. He's really starting to pick it up, and all of a sudden 25 metres has opened up to about 40 metres in the space of about half a minute. So has the elastic band broken? Oh, I think maybe it has, but we have, how far do we have to go now? Under a K to go, definitely under a K to go, and we're coming up to a more crowded area now. And not very far to go, a sweeping right hand corner, and we have To with about a 40 metre lead. It hasn't actually opened up anymore. Has Have To gone too early? We've got Ed Marks fighting back again now, and then a gap back to Seth O'Donnell, who would probably be about 150 metres behind now. I can't quite see fourth and fifth. I wonder how Izzi, Batt-Doyle and Genevieve and the other girls are going. They won't have too far to go either. They will have probably about a K to go, if that, as we speak. I think Have To might have had a slip for the finishing line now. I think he's got a sail at his back, and I think he might be our 2024 Run Prix champion. We don't have too far to go. Only about 200 metres to go now, and Have To is kicking hard. We do have Edward Marks still fighting. There would be still about, probably down to 25 metres now. Have To is looking back, he's worried. But will Ed have run out of real estate? They're about to hook into pit lane and the finishing straight, and I think that Have To might have the race sewn up. He's still got about a 25 metre lead. Everybody give the 2024 Run Prix champion, Have To Strensos, a big round of applause. Ed Marks is very close, but I think that Have To Strensos has it in the bag. Well done to Have To Strensos. And there we have 28.03, 28.04, about a 28.07 there, and Ed Marks is only about 15 metres behind in 28.10. What a finish. Congratulations to Have To Strensos and Ed Marks, a brilliant run. The clock's ticking over now. Who will come in third? All good. And we have Seth O'Donnell coming through very, very close to his PB, 28.39, 28.40. A great run by Seth O'Donnell. Almost an equal PB to come in third there. Well done to Seth O'Donnell. We have our podium for the men wrapped up. Top effort to the top three runners there. We have Logan Janetsky coming through in fourth in 28.57. A sub 29. What a great run from the young fella there. Good job. Dale Carroll coming through in fifth. A brilliant run from Dale Carroll. Might go up here.
Rounding out our top five males this morning. Half marathoners, if you are still in the venue and you can hear me, you need to go to your start. It's 450 metres away towards the city and you need to follow the pink cone. So all half marathoners to your start, please.
Well done to Matthew Buckle there, 29.30. A great run to come in sixth. We have more runners coming through, sub 30 there now. Do we have the number indications of the guys coming through? Yeah, like, do you have the
like the names?
Yeah.
Just take that for a minute.
Beautiful. And well done to Aidan Velton, Connor Latooth coming through. Reese Edwards, great running there. Ben Bashir, super run by Ben. Just a tick over the 30-minute mark. Harry Norman, the state 5,000 metre champion for Victoria, coming through 30.15. Ben Chamberlain, formerly from WA, now Victorian. Good work, low 30-minute run. And Bailey Mazuki Hints there, the Glen Huntley runner. Good work there from Bailey at 30.25. The runners are coming through. All eyes are now peeled down the course now to see if Izzi Batt-Doyle can break that national record. We do have the breeze picking up. They have a tailwind in the final 1.5k. These gentlemen are coming through in just under 31. And we're looking down the road there. What can we see in terms of the female runners? We have Nick Earl in 30.53. And Gaddafi Adagu just under 31. Well done to James Drews. A few more of the boys are coming through. Oh, and we have Izzi Batt-Doyle there, and I think we have an Australian record. We do. 31.11. Well done to Izzi Batt-Doyle. She has broken the Australian 10k road record by about 5 seconds. She beat the record previously held by the great Benita Johnson by about 5 seconds. Benita did it back in 2006 in Birmingham in England, and we have a new Aussie record holder on the road for women all time on a legal AIMS certified, World Athletics certified course here at Lakeside. Izzi Batt-Doyle, everyone give her one more really big round of applause. And now we have Genevieve Gregson running a PB there, 31.51. 31.51 for Genevieve. Wow. Genevieve has been running at the elite international record level for 15 years, and she has run a PB today. Coach there, Collis Birmingham, looking very happy, I think. What a run by both Izzi Batt-Doyle and Genevieve Gregson, two of the queens of Australian distance running. We have seen history here today, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have Sarah Klein coming through in an all-time PB, 32.25. Another great of Australian female distance running, a three-time Aussie rep in the World Marathon Championships, a PB over 10k, 32.25. Wow, the top three women have flown today around the Lakeside course. We have a quick course here on our hands. We have a quick day. All the people who are here today to run the 5k fun run, the 10k fun run, and the half marathon are up for a treat. We have Lissy Duncan there running through 32.53. Well done to Lissy. I think that might be a PB too for her, rounding out the podium. What a top three. Congratulations to Lissy Duncan as well. What a marvellous run. So the men and the women have absolutely smoked it today. We have Ryan, Maritz, James Taranto and Corey Harrett coming through. And now Ludovich Liu, super running there. I think it's PB Central here today. People are roaring through the finishing line and they've done so well. Jackson Harrop, the junior from the northeast. What a run by Jackson there, 33.31. Congratulations to Jackson, only a 16-year-old. Not many 16-year-olds can run 33 for 10k. Good on you, Jackson, the country boy. We have Matthew Bergen, another young one there, only a 16-year-old, another country boy there, 33.49. So some of those younger juniors are absolutely flying. Well done to Cameron Hall, one of the more notable runners around the Victorian area. Cameron Hall, top effort there. We have our fourth female coming through there now, Bridget Dennehy. What a run by Bridget, just over the 34-minute mark. Jack Malone coming through. Well done, Jake. And we have our fifth female coming through there now. This one's not ticking through now. Don't know. Yeah. So well done. Ben Rose has just come through there. Our fifth female is trying to work out who that was. Izzi Hume. Well done to Izzi Hume with a 34.10. So great run by Izzi Hume. We have more runners coming through in our elite run Prix. What a day for it. What a quick morning. And everybody gearing up for their races. If you haven't raced yet, you are ready for PB conditions. Here they come through now, Ryan and Tane Lang. Great running there. They have run just under the 35-minute mark. Good running in any circumstances, going under 3:30 pace per K. So top effort to the lads there. Cam Lee, good running, just over 35. And Michael Pedrides, good work. Noah Donnelly, great finish. The runners are streaming through now. We have another top female finisher coming down the finishing straight for a very, very quick time. Jamie Darcy, good running. Tom Friskin, good job. Caitlin McQuilkin-Bell, 35.24. Good work there. Lockie Fulton, good run by the junior there from Melbourne. Lockie Fulton there in 35.5 or thereabouts. Jared Hepburn, Samuel Lowe, good running. Another one of the top female finishers has done very well there. Lily Ellis. Good run by Lily, 35.45. Very good indeed. Here they come as they're roaring through the finishing line. More of our gun elite runners. They're not all young either. Some of them are really good Masters runners and they are flying for their age group. Some of the better Masters runners in Australia there. Andrew Coles, he can really move. Andrew Sate, top effort there. Mitchell Wilson. Good running there, super running. The crowd are really becoming animated now. There's a lot of noise around. It's a good atmosphere here. Jasper Gay. I think Jasper's only 13, maybe 14. What a time by Jasper, 36.5 for 10k. That's incredible. And he was fairly closely followed by Rob Drisdale, Nicholas Clancy, Simon Mitchell. Good running. Mark Spies, Jeremy Wilkinson. Chloe Phelan ran a very good run there. 11th female and 36.25, super effort. More of the top 15 females coming through. Sophie Fitt and Cecilia Kabicki Garcia, good running there. Really, really quick running. I don't know the PBs of all these runners, but I'm guessing that there are a lot of PBs, or if not lifetime PBs, the Masters might have run Masters PBs in their age category. There's a lot of really good running out there. Cassie D has come down from New South Wales. Well done to Cassie. She ran a 37.04. What a great time. Stephanie Condonis, well done, 37.14. Wynn, great run there. And Kevin Lamb, James Dakin looking superb, crossing that finishing line. What a day for it, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very exciting. These elites are running quickly. They're all running well under 4-minute K pace. Give them a round of applause as they come through. Good job.
Is 450 metres towards the city. Follow the pink code. So half marathoners, please run to start. It's about to start. 2 minutes.
Great running there from Kevin Mannix. Talking about Masters runners. Top effort there from Kevin, 37.58. Really shifting along there for a 50 plus. Good job as they're streaming through the finishing line. Looking good, all these runners there. Determined look on their faces there, and they've made, by the looks of things, they've really made a point this morning. They're making a statement. they're saying, here I am, I'm in the elite race, I can run, and I'm going to show you what I can do today on this really quick course around Melbourne. Great effort there by Katrina Winger, running a 38.29. Super effort there. She's come 23rd out of the females. Good work from Michael Bishop, one of the Athletes Victoria runners from Mornington Peninsula. Really good there, Michael, 38.39. And Daniel Clark, former Tasmanian, now Melbourne boy, flying that Tasmanian flag there. Well done, Daniel Clark. We've got Stuart Capel there, giving them what we want. Well done, Stuart Capel, 39.05. He definitely gave them what they wanted today. Great run from Stuart Capel. Good work from Abigail Bro, 39.06. Alistair Morton, well done. Top effort, you should be proud of that run. Jennifer Shiffy Gray, good work. Caitlin Young under the 40-minute mark with a 39.19. And Briar Kaiser, 39.16 in front of her. Good work. All these runners are well under that qualifying time required of under 40 for the men and under 45 for the women. All accomplished runners, so top effort there. Getting through and running so well today. Good work from Mark Purvis, a great Masters runner and a 39.48. Got under the 40-minute mark. Super effort from Mark there. Mark is in that 60-plus age group, but he runs like somebody in the 20s. Good work. And Joshua Peng there, just over the 40-minute mark. Got a few people rounding out the field. Really good running there by Carly Lefborg with a 40.12. Good job. We probably have a few dozen people left in our Run Prix elite race, so we'll give them a cheer as they come through. But don't forget the half marathoners and other people. Get ready to prepare for your event. Not too long before the half marathon now. Good job by Carl Stubbs, a 40.42. There's men and women there running around the 4-minute K pace mark. They are accomplished runners, they are strong, and well done to all of you. Kudos to all of you there. We have Pramesh Prasad with a 40.58. We're going through there in 41.10. Lynn St John, 41.13. And good work by Ty Davis there with a 41.20. We might have rounded out the field there with Ty. There aren't any other runners in that finishing straight, and definitely none in pit lane.